Okay, hello. We are live once again, week 2. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me and see me okay. By the looks of it, it seems okay. So if you are watching, welcome to week 2. This week we're going to be talking primarily about Black Friday deals, the deals that I got and why, and the reason why I made some purchases that I did. And we are also going to be talking about my next YouTube video. I'm going to be sent this new light. Sorry, I'm going to turn that off. It's really distracting. There we go. If you are watching, make yourself known. Leave who you are in the chat, because I want to see who's here. So yeah, like I was saying, we've got a new light. Yes, all good, brilliant. Got a new light. It's a light panel. It's 1 foot by 4 foot, I believe, so it's a lot thinner. We'll go through it and what it does and the features it does, but I want to talk about what ideas we could have for the YouTube video moving forward. I had this idea of recreating a film still, and hopefully you guys are going to help me pick what film still I'm going to try and recreate in a studio, as well as pick the studio as well. It's a really cool light. And I want to go through it with you guys today. Okay, so let's start off with... Okay, let me just change the chat picture. There we go, so everybody can see it. Oh, and another thing, I always forget to mention. Hold on. You call in live if you've got any questions, topics you want to talk about. Call in live. You will be live on the show, obviously. But I feel like that's a good way for you to get involved and to connect in a different way, instead of me just telling you information. And up here is Instagram. Make sure to follow and join the live stream chat that we've got. So if you want to keep up to date on when I'm streaming, hopefully every Wednesday, but things are changing slightly because I've got work on Wednesdays. So it might move to Thursdays or it might move to Fridays. But yeah, hopefully primarily every Wednesday, but we'll see. Okay, back to it. So let's start off with yes. So I saw this a couple of days ago, which is the Lumix cameras getting an update, and this update to a camera stops it or helps it to stop overheating. And I saw this and I thought that this was so crazy to me that you have to update a camera just to stop it from overheating. I don't know if this is weird, if this is normal, but why in the world would you need to plug in your camera to a computer, run a software update just to stop your camera from overheating? And this is sort of the argument of cinema cameras and DSLR cameras, and what the reason why you would get a cinema camera over a DSLR style camera is one of these reasons, which is the overheating. I have not had experience with these cameras, but I feel like they're not designed for this kind of workflow where you're shooting for a long periods of time. It shoots 8K video, internal RAW. So yeah, of course, with a camera body that small, it's gonna overheat. And it just seems awfully silly to release a camera knowing that people are going to use it in that way. 8K internal RAW. I think it's full frame. Generation mirrorless cameras. I can't bother to look through it, but I mean, I'm kind of assuming that it's full frame. It looks like it's full frame. Yeah, it looks like it's full frame. Either way, it's a good camera. It looks like it's a good camera. Again, I haven't got experience in it, but yeah. Just why would you get something like this if you're shooting a film or you're going to have it on for long periods of time? I think if you're going to shoot cinema, if you're going to shoot music videos, go for a proper cinema camera, box style. It's got good proper overheating fans that are already built in, so you don't have to necessarily. Hello, Tom. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. So back to what I was saying is, why would you faff around with something like this? you know, buying a camera, you spent all this money, and then all of a sudden you're having overheating issues that you need to plug it into a computer and run a software update. Been waiting for this one. Hello, James. Welcome to the chat. Oliver, welcome, my friends. Not necessarily filmmaking friends, but friends nonetheless. So welcome to the chat. So like I was saying, I'm not gonna stick on this for too long. Just be careful when you're buying a camera. Make sure to look at reviews. Make sure to look at reviews and make sure that things like this don't happen. You know, overheating. You should not have to plug in your camera to stop the camera from overheating, is the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, anyway, let me know if there's any filmmaking people out there. Let me know if this is normal or if this is unusual, because I have never seen I've never seen anything like this in terms of camera having to update it. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention, and I mentioned it actually to my friends in the chat here, but videography, is it changing? Is videography changing? Because I'm seeing all of these postcards coming out of the Oasis tour, and they're all these locked off. These are all locked off on a tripod shots that are almost like look at this shot here, right? This is not your normal videography where it's just on a gimbal, you pan left to right, etc. And I think that kind of style of videography, especially in events, is changing. It is dying. And having these really nice cinematic, this is obviously a prime lens. It looks like a vintage lens. I think it's the Helios 442, which is a massively popular lens in recent years. Hold on. In recent years. But I think this kind of cinematography and this event coverage is blowing up in a really cool way. I mean, it's on a cinema lens. That just, for me, that looks so much better than a really boring, left to right shot on a videography gimbal, in my opinion. I think stuff like this really makes it stand out. Seeing the staff dancing behind stage, seeing the crowd, and it's just locked off. There's no movement. You're just letting the event play out in this really nice long lens shot on a tripod. You know, are we going to see a shift in event videography? Hold on. Oh no, I got missed. I have the. Oh no, it's all falling apart. We have a caller. We have someone calling in. I have to call them back though, because I didn't put the. Oh no, I've missed my first caller. Oh, what a joke. Okay, if that was someone calling in, call in again, because this time I've got my phone off. Do not disturb. That's my fault. I do apologise. Anyway, yeah, so we're seeing... let me go on to this other one, because it's been playing on loop. Yeah, just these really cool... Oh, Oliver, I don't know who it was. Someone called in and I completely missed it. My fault, Jared, when it's the new short film. So it depends on what short film you're talking about, because for me personally, I'm not writing anything or doing any short films. I'm just working with other directors. One of the films, I'm on the edge of my seat. Barney, welcome to the chat. I'm on the edge of my seat as well. Yeah, so it depends on... one of the films that I shot as a cinematographer was screened at a film festival, so the directors are, and I met a lot of directors there, so hopefully messaging and networking, I will work with other directors in the future and more films will come out of that. But primarily I've been working with other directors as a cinematographer, but me personally, I'm not writing anything anytime soon, but maybe in the future, who knows. I would like to write another short, because I do have some ideas that I've jotted down. So we have our first caller, our second caller. Hello there, are you calling in for the live show?
Hey, yeah, is that Jared?
Yeah, Tom, how are you?
Hey, doing good, man. was just asking on the chat about the new film. Sorry,
Yeah.
I might have missed you.
Yeah.
What your response was, but
So yeah, I mean, I was. What's with the accent? You're doing a fake accent. I know that's not your accent.
sorry. Yes, just curious about when the new short film is, Jared.
Well, like I was saying in the chat, is it depends. So me personally, I'm not writing anything at the minute for anything that I'm writing and directing, but I am hopefully working with other directors in 2026. I mean, this year was great for the films. I worked with 3 or 4 different directors this year, so yeah. So other short films that I won't be writing, but short films are coming soon. Hopefully that answers your question. You little wind up.
It does. No, thank you, and thank you for taking my call.
It's all right. It's all right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Oh, weirdo putting on a accent. That's not his real accent. Anyway, who cares? No one's watching. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, these beautiful tripod videography. Like, look at this shot. Like, just this really nice, and I dare to say, like, cinematic event coverage. But I just think that this is really... Is that Swag King on the phone? Oh my goodness. He's overtaken my stream. Right, moving on. But yeah, I just want to watch these. Like, look at that. That's so cool. I know I keep going on about it, but like, this is just, I think, crazy cinematography in like a whole different level of event coverage. Okay, before we move on to this, let me just pause these because I don't want them running in the background. So this is the what? Oh, God, hold on. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so moving on to the Black Friday deals, and the Black Friday deals that I got, and the reason why I got them. First of all, I'm changing cages. So let me show you the original cage I had. So this is my original cage, okay? The XL Exeus something camera cage. It's an incredible cage, it is, but it's very specific to larger productions. As you can see, it's really bulky. This is the full metal jacket camera cage, and but you can see it just has so many threads. Ooh, here, right? And the has an Arri rosette plate as well built in, so I think that's really cool. However, it is too bulky, it's too big, and it's not appropriate for every job. If you're doing a feature film or short film, then it's great because you have cold shoe mounts. You've got 1, 2 cold shoe mounts, and then you can obviously mount anything here as well as NATO rails. NATO rails on the side here. So it has serviced me well, and I am actually selling this. So if anyone's out there and wants to buy this from me, please get in contact. Is my can you actually not hear me? I feel like you can hear me. Has it actually gone? Or are you playing with me? Okay, I don't know if it's on or off. So yeah, cage is for sale, so if you want to buy it. And you can see here that we've actually got the Pixis camera with me now, and this is a great camera. But the reason why I'm switching cages to this cage is because, one, it was on the Black Friday deal. I got... Is it... Oh, I don't know if it's... Guys, is it actually broken? Is it actually broken in the... Okay. Okay. Anyway, this is the Pixis camera. as you can see, it's the reason why I brought this cage is because it's a lot more streamlined, and you can, it's got less mounting on it when you compare it to this cage here, because essentially, look, you can see it's just this massive cage that goes onto this already relatively big camera. So, oh man, I don't know if you're taking the mic, guys. I don't know if you're taking the mic, or if you actually can't hear me. But I'm just going to continue because I can't. It says here that I've got a normal audio feed. Yeah, so let me just check. Hold on, I need to check to see if the audio is still working. Oh, you're working fine. Okay, thank you, Joseph. My mic is fine, yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Welcome to the chat, Joseph. Thank you. Or Joe. Sorry, I should probably call you Joe, not Joseph. Okay, I'm just going to trust Joe here. Right, anyway, I'm going to move on because moving on to this more streamlined cage, because I want to be more nimble. I want to be able to take off the top plate and the bottom plate a lot easier, and have those ribs on the side of the camera for mounting handles and things like that. But then you can still access the buttons of the Pixis camera a lot easier than you would with this bulkier cage. One of the Black Friday deals that I got. So yeah, I think that's cool. I think I got it for £70. I think it was on sale for. So that was really cool. That was one of them. Drone. I also bought a drone because this comes in. I get asked about it. I think it's a great additional cost. It's an ulterior camera angle. This isn't the best drone in the world, but I think it just gets some nice 4K alternative shots. It's Amazon have 30-day return. I'm excited to start using it. Thank you very much, Tom. And I do a lot of weddings. Wedding season's starting to come up, so being able to have this drone to operate for weddings is a nice bonus to then add on to the invoice as an additional charge. But yeah, I got this drone for £200, and its original price is $270. So drones, Jared, are drones worth the cost? Or will new technology come out as soon as it surpass it? Well, I've seen some AI drone recreations, so I think it's almost like, it's a good question. It's almost like, if you get one drone shot of London, for example, at sunset, the only thing is with AI and London is it just doesn't get the specific buildings. Thoughts in Coca-Cola using 100% AI for their Christmas ad. I think that AI, I've seen other commercials used by AI, but what people don't understand is that they still, I understand that it was like a fragrance company. It took 4 weeks to make. So that's still a lot of time and knowledge and expertise to create an ad. It still took 4 whole weeks, and someone would have to be paid in a specialist rate to have done that and to release that. I can't remember what the ad was quite extreme with special effects, but I feel like the Coca-Cola ad doesn't look like, I've seen clips of it, I haven't seen the whole thing, but it looks like it could have probably been done by a person. I think the only reason they've done it is because AI is the topic, it's trendy, so they want people to talk about the advert, they want people to talk about their product. But then alongside that, you had another company, I can't remember, but they had, all of it was real. I think it was Apple, they did their logo, it was all real, and that was also a huge talking point, and people have favoured the behind the scenes. This is why behind the scenes is more valuable than ever, because you're seeing real people work on this. So I think there's more of a human connection. That's me personally, but again, it's AI is in early days. It could become probably will become so good that you could do anything on it on a more entry level. But yeah, going back to Tom said about the drone is that, I mean, that this is one of the reasons why drones have become so affordable. I got this drone from the Black Friday sale for £200, which I think is really good value for money. So far, I haven't used it. It was meant to arrive today, and I was meant to do a whole unboxing, but it didn't arrive today. So I'll maybe do an unboxing next week, maybe. What have we got? So if you had to pick one mistake young filmers make today, what would it be? Hiring people within that age group. You know, if you hire your friend who's 18, 19, and he's meant to be this big lawyer who's, you know, rich and successful, straight away people know it's a student film because you're shooting a child, someone who's young, a teenager, who's this big hotshot lawyer. Doesn't make sense, and people disconnect. If you're a student, a short film, you know, you're doing a short film and you're a student, hire an actor who's age appropriate, who's 50, in their 50s, in their 60s, in their late 40s. You know, that's a more appropriate. It is hard to do that, but get those older actors, and already your film will be elevated over any other student film. The same goes for detectives and crime and police officers. You don't see 19-year-old police officers. You just don't. Okay, answer to Tom, working with swagging props. Okay, brilliant. So yeah, going back to the drone AI, I think it's because it's affordable. It's £200, no brainer, just quick. Maybe if you were to get, I work with a drone company that they specialise in these huge drones. They're really good at what they do. They have all the licensing. They know all the councils. They know all the councils, and they're really good. But then you pay a premium for that privilege. But do I think AI will replace it? You know, I don't know. I've seen AI drone shots of London, and the buildings aren't right. But people are getting lazier and lazier in what they watch. You know, they know that it's London. They know it's a drone shot. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, another thing. Whew. The other thing I got in the Black Friday sale was a GoPro. I got the GoPro for £100. Right, it's the Action 4. It's 4K. I think it does 120 frames. Incredible. Like, that's really slow motion in my opinion. That's the highest frames I think I've ever captured. Again, it was meant to arrive today. I was meant to do a whole unboxing, but I didn't, unfortunately. But the reason I got this is because I'm doing a construction job, and I want to mount it to. I bought this, and I'm going to mount it to shovels and construction tools just to get a really cool ulterior camera angle, you know, as they're digging and as they're painting and things like that. And I think that'll be really cool. And I think it's good to have a drone, a GoPro like this, just to mount it in really cool places that you couldn't put, you know, the Pixis camera. If you were to put it, you know, in a fridge, you know, this is more for like corporate videos that are more on the mid range. Instead of like you probably wouldn't use it for a feature. You would probably just find a way to put the Pixis in the fridge. But you know what I mean. It's like for a corporate video, I think it's really cool to just have an ulterior camera to cut to, and a groovy looking camera angle. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons. And I think £100, again, I haven't used it, so I don't know if that's still worth it. Amazon do 30 days free return, so you can always return it. But yeah, I'm really excited to shoot on this. I want to get some behind the scenes with it, mount it to the camera, mount it to lenses, mount it to lights as I'm setting up the lights. Hold on, my dog wants to get in. So yeah, just Pixis, hold on. Barely messing up my stream. Right, go on up. Right, where was I? Yeah, so mount it on like lights as I'm bringing the lights up. I think that'll be a cool ulterior angle. But yeah, and then yeah, this to like mount it onto these things, and maybe like mount it, get one of the suction cups and mount it onto a car. That would also be a really cool angle. What was your favourite budget short film and why, Jared, please? I have a whole playlist on YouTube with short films. I think if you go on my channel, you go on playlists, you can find the short films. I think it's a public playlist that I've made. Tons of short films in that. But there's loads. It's hard to pick just one because there's so many genres. There's all these, the short films are so different. Yeah. I don't know, have one in particular. Let me look actually. Let's look. Why not? If I can find it. Hold on. Playlists. Where are we? Short films I like. Yeah, I have about... Okay, it says I've got 6, but I know I have more than that in that playlist. There's there's 2 that I really like. One's called Deadline. You know what? Let me put it in the chat. So there's this one, which is Deadline, and then there's this one, which is a comedy, which I think is really hard to do. Sorry, I should have checked first. Sorry again. So one of them is a comedy. One of them, I wouldn't say it's my favourite. It's just one that stands out to me. No, I swear I have more short films in here. I don't know why they're not coming up in this playlist. Oh, and yeah. But anyway, there's one of them is like a really creative crime drama, and that's a great example of like a good short film, and that you don't need a lot of budget, but it's all about the cinematography, the way that they edit the film. It's really cool. And then there's also the other one, is a comedy, which I think is really hard to write a comedy and to make people laugh. But I watched it at a film festival. It's got some big stars in it. It's relatively big stars, but it's a good comedy. It's well thought out, and it's one of my favourite short films. But I got loads of favourite short films. But the playlist should have at least like 15 in there. But I don't know why it's coming up with only 6. So that's a bit weird. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Well, goodness, how long have we been going on for? 28 minutes. Okay. Oh, I was gonna talk about all the film stills and the light. All right, let's move on. Okay, so this is the light. Let's cross that out. So this is the light I'm being sent. Okay, it's this 1 foot, I think 1 foot by 4 foot panel light, and you can see that it's quite thin, or at least it's thinner than it's thinner than. Oh, hold on. It's thinner than my Godox light, which is a lot chunkier and thicker. So for that light, it's quite hard to get it in particular places. But a light like this, just simply because it's just sliced down the middle, is a lot slimmer to mount on. You can mount it on walls as like a nice backlight. I think a light like this, for me, will very much be used as a backlight. A light to put on walls to add a little bit of fill on the walls. Similar to what this orange lamp is doing back here. That's what I think I would use this light for a lot of the time. If not, the way that it folds up is a lot more nimble than the chunkier Godox, the no LED one. So that's another reason why I would use this light. But yeah, I think it's a cool light. It's very much it's just I wouldn't say it's just a panel light, but it is just a panel light. But yeah, it's got some cool features. I think I like the fact that when you put egg crate on it, you put egg crates and diffusions on it. It looks quite easy to put on. It looks quite easy to mount as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But the idea that I had for the music video was not the music video, sorry, the YouTube video. Let's go through its features. So yeah, 2700 to 6800 Kelvin as per usual. You know, temperature control, LED lights, that's standard now to have. What have we got here? Yeah, adjustable bicolor as per usual. It's got cinematic effects, which again I think is becoming standard. I wouldn't necessarily say it was standard, but it's now becoming standard to have these scene effects. And when talking to them, they were saying about photography. Photography show how it's, you know, how you use it in photography. And I sort of had to explain to them, look, I do more like narrative pieces, corporate work. I light things, you know, in a creative way, if you will. So why don't I do something like this? But they already have all these different scenes which you would only use really for video and for film, you know, like things like TV, lightning, candle, paparazzi, wielding, fire, all those kind of things you would have for filmmaking anyway. So I don't really know why I had to justify that it was for film and not necessarily photography. Yeah, a bunch of presets. Oh, okay, that's cool. So I didn't see this. You got a bunch of presets here. So yeah, so that's cool. Like sunset and sunrise. That's really cool. Sodium lamp. How is it going to imitate a sodium lamp? How is it going to imitate tungsten? Is it just the color, temperature? So features tungsten, daylight, HMI, fluorescent, and more. Each preset ensures accurate color consistency and effortless matching with light. So I guess it's just the color temperature, and it's just meant for matching, I think. Because yeah, that's weird. I don't get how they would match a sodium lamp and a tungsten lamp. That seems a bit weird. Anyway, right, dual power, smart control, flexible shooting. Yeah, again, standard V-lock attachment. I assume it can go through the main powers. Yeah, it supports both AC power and V-mount, which it should. But it's still always, I never ever use V-locks to power lights because I simply just don't have V-locks that are powerful enough because they cost a lot of money. I'd much rather just connect it to a power supply. However, if you are using a light like this outside and you want to compete with the sun, I would use the Godox light, and I would have to buy or rent out much more powerful lights. Okay. Yeah, nice and thin. I like these mounting options here. You know, the fact that you can just put on, I hope that they match this side as well. I don't know why it's just on one side. If you've got like an egg crate on it, you're going to want to have it on both sides. So, that'll be interesting when I get it. But you can see here, the panel on the back is like, it seems like it's quite easy to put up. Easier than the Godox one where you need like mounting options. Yeah, that looks cool. Then you got a bunch of photos here. Yeah, pretty cool. These are, to me, these seem AI, apart from this one here. But yeah, that looks cool. It's actually being used, it looks like it's being used on an actual set, so I don't know why I had to justify it. Weird. Anyway, that's the light that I have been sent, and I wanted to recreate a scene from a film using this light, or maybe having it as a key light, having something else as a backlight. I wanted to do something with a bit of colour instead of just having something that was bicolour, so something that was warmer or cooler. I feel like I've been doing a lot of warm cinematography recently. Like, a lot of my stuff has been very warm and yellow and orange. So I want to do something different, you know, even if it's going at the other end of the spectrum and having it so it's cooler. But I want to play around a little bit more with colour and have something that's got more colour ingested into the shot. So this was my first one, and the whole point of this stream as well is for people to shout out suggestions, what films they like, what kind of film stills that they want me to try and recreate in a studio. We as well got this tab open here to look for a studio somewhere in London, because if I was to recreate a shot, I want to recreate it in a location that is appropriate to the film, not just shoot it in a random studio. You know, so for example, like, I mean, these are expensive. I'd rather not not do that. But having like a heritage house, you know, maybe something Victorian, or here maybe it's kitchen. I don't know any scenes that are in a kitchen, but you know what I mean. Like here, like a hospital bed. You know, trying to recreate a scene, someone in hospital, because this is cool. This is an actual set. You know, instead of it just being a bland studio. So if anyone's watching, I don't know if anyone's watching, but if anyone's watching, like, let me know about studios that you know, or, you know, film stills that you want, or films that you like. But I was thinking something from Whiplash, because, yeah, it's a really Whiplash visually looks really nice for a drama, you know. Yeah, but also I wanted to recreate something from Oppenheimer, but like with all the outfits and everything. But it's just, we'll see. Like this, it will be great to recreate this shot. Oh, it would be great, wouldn't it? Shoot it on full frame, get some full frame lenses, just to match that IMAX look, and just recreate something like this. But I don't have the actors. That would be really cool. See, look, that maybe going to it. That would be cool. Oh, look at that! See that bloom, having like some some filters on the front of the lens, and shooting that and trying to recreate. You know what? I might try and recreate that on a train. Oh no, I can't do it on a train. I've got to put the whole lights up. What am I talking about? That would be cool though. Maybe I could recreate that in a car, maybe with the light, and have the light on the outside with the diffusion, and just test, you know, because then I could test out the power output and things like that. But I don't think it will have the same effect, to be honest. We'll skip past that. If I hope I don't get demonetized. Yeah, it'll be cool. Would be cool. Oh, that would be cool. You know, recreate that. Maybe having, with this, maybe you could have, see this blue backlight here, or having it touching here. Maybe change the tint on the camera, because this light that I'm getting sent, by the looks of it, isn't RGB, so you can't change the color. So you'd have to do something with the tint in camera, and then just have like another blue light here, and just having this green tint here. But then you've got this blue light that looks like it's illuminating here. So it would be a bit of messing around, but it would be great to recreate this shot. But yeah, I don't know. Or this. Or maybe both, if I have the time and the resources. But this is, whilst I was here, I wanted to just go through this website here. I think it's called Genery, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Or Genry. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a really cool website, and I've recently signed up as an ambassador for this site, and I still have to pay for it. I just get a commission on people that sign up to it. So I'm still paying for it. Well, I'm not actually paying for it now. I'm using the free version, but eventually I will pay for it. It's cheaper than ShotDeck, but it's really cool. You can like click on effects, and you can go on all these different. So if you want to show a director an effects, but you find it hard to, you know, talk about it if you're a visual person like me, you can literally go onto, you know, something like this, and literally just go, yeah, and you can just show them the effect. You know, match cut. Yeah, there you go. You can show quick cuts. There you go. Look, that for me, trying to explain that to people can sometimes be quite hard, and I struggle to do it. So being able to just show them, let's think of a cool one. These look rubbish. Bullet time, what's this? And then when you click onto it, it will show you all these different. Oh, I know, yeah. That's hard. That's too hard. Yes, Snorcam. This is something I want to do with GoPro that I mentioned earlier, because I just want to play around and do something different. But being able to show a director, you know, because they're not going to necessarily know what a Snorcam is. But if you do this, you can just show them a ton of references, you know, if it's the back of the head. And then when you show that, the director will be like, I get it now. I get what you're trying to do with the shot. That's super cool. Let's do it, you know? Yeah, really cool. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, and you can go on, like, if you go up here, you can go on movies, music videos, TV shows, people. So one of my favourite music videos of all time, Black Star, David Bowie. You can find these very specific, create mood boards, and you can find a very specific look that you want to send to a director. But anyway, that's this website here, Genry, I don't know. That's terrifying. Pretty cool. TV shows. Let's go on the boys. Yeah, you can, and another thing as well, actually, you can, if you go here, you can change filters, right? So you can change, like, extreme wide, medium close up, extreme close up, low angle. So you can add all these filters on if you want to find something that's similar to what you've got envisioned. That's cool. Should we try and recreate that in a classroom? Have that as a backlight, or maybe have the light as a key light, blow out the background a bit, add maybe just a bit of negative fill on the left side, and just add this fill light. That could be cool. I'm going to save that because you can create different projects and add it to your projects. Anyway, what was I doing? I was doing something. Yes. So you can add a bunch of filters so you can find what shot you want exactly, all the way to lighting, hard light, side light, backlight, top light, underlight, hard light, soft light. There's loads, and I think that's really cool, especially if you're a cinematographer or a videographer and you want to find a specific shot you want to show to a client or a director. Having the side light, daylight, moonlight, firelight, sunny, wow, overcast, drama, animation, thriller, comedy. You've got so many different filters to use. So that's pretty cool. You can upload an image and it uses AI to find something similar to what you've put in, and it will find the photo you want. Oh, how long have we been going? Okay, 15 minutes. Okay, as in 15 minutes left until an hour, but I am going to cut the stream very soon. I know, guys, don't beg for me to go on longer, please. You colour as well. You can change the colour. Not change the colour, but you can find. Let's say you want this, like. What I did find is that you have to really, because if you do this, and it will search literally that colour that you've picked, and this green is obviously, unless that's the look you want, but this green is far too green for what I'm looking for. So I did find it hard to find specifically the green that I wanted. You have to really desaturate it, but then when you do that, it doesn't really, what I'm saying is you have to be very specific with the colour that you want, because it will literally find the colour on that you've put in. Maybe we should recreate something from a horror film. That's not the one. Is it Long Legs? It is called Long Legs. The one with Nicolas Cage. Huh. Okay, it doesn't seem to come up. That's a shame. Why is it not coming up? Anyway, I can't bother to go through it, but maybe we should recreate something from a horror. That would be cool. Let's go on the filters. Let's see what horrors come up. Anybody seen any good horrors? There's one. What was the one? Bring Her Back. That I am far too scared to watch, but I think that looks really good. That one and Weapons, I think, are two that people I don't know if it's this year or last year. What? Oh no. those two horrors that people watched. That was very popular this year or last year. This doesn't really look like horror to me. Anyway, there's so many stills and so many films that I could recreate, and this is going to take this is going to take some proper research to look at what stills to find and to recreate. But basically, to wrap up, use this light for the next video, hopefully coming soon. To using this light to recreate. It's cool. It's very cool. To recreate a scene. That one, that one, that one. But yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. What do I do, Gone Girl? I'm feeling a David Fincher film. I don't really. I'm scared something might. It's a good shot from Gone Girl. This isn't from Gone Girl. Oh, there you go. Got to click the film. See, I don't want to do something warm. I feel like I've done loads of warm stuff recently. I want to do something grey, something slightly desaturated. Something in a cafe, maybe, something in a restaurant. Something that's moody, something that's drama piece that's serious. Or maybe something like that. That would be cool. Wouldn't it? In a car. Maybe mount it. Mount the light on the car. That'll be hard. Anyone still watching? Anybody out there? Yeah, something like this. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. Right, what's the time? God, it's 8 o'clock. I doubt anyone's still watching. Hello, Oliver is still watching. Thank goodness someone is still watching. Oliver, what do you think? What should I recreate and how? Is it this shot? Is there a shot from a film that you think that we could do? Just so people know in the chat, if anyone is still watching, I don't know. But if anyone is still here, Oliver is the one who shot the inflatable light video that we did in the car. That's who Oliver is. So he has done acting before. So Oliver, what film should we recreate? Is there a scene or a still that comes out to you that you want to recreate? Something that maybe is not like a mid shot on someone's face, because I feel like I've done a lot of that recently. Like maybe, I don't know. What else could we do? Come on. I feel like we could find one more still, at least. Should recreate that. Something with can't do something with colour because the light's not RGB. Am I still live? Yeah. Glorious Bastards. Well, that's something I mentioned that in my last video. What Robert Richardson, cinematographer for this film, absolutely incredible. Absolutely, maybe hire out a local theatre. Dark Knight only flies a kid. Yeah, we could try and do that, but we would get arrested. Maybe something like this. Maybe a top-down light, that's harsh. Maybe no more soft lights. Maybe a light that's harsh on the top. That might be the move. Have like a reflector bouncing up, having a warmer tone, or having like a really harsh light, top down looking down. Yeah. I'll tell you what, sorry, I know we're overrunning and people have probably gone by now. Let's have a look. But I want to find this still. I want to know what I'm doing. Hard light, top light, hard light. Here we go. Oh, what is this? This is just... Oh, this isn't what I wanted. Yeah, why not? I don't like this the filter feature. It doesn't seem to work. And it's not specific enough. Maybe something sci-fi. Is it Hail Mary? What's the new one with what's the new one with what's his name? Oh my, Ryan Gosling. Greg Fraser. Right, anyway, I'm waffling now. Let's end this. I couldn't find a still. But maybe something like this. I think that would work, or the top-down lighting. I think I'm going to do, because I think that would be really cool. Just test out the different top-down lighting. Okay, right. That's the end of the stream. We have gone a little bit longer than usual. Thank you everyone for watching. For people who did tune in, thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who commented in the chat and got involved. Thank you to Tom for calling in. Yeah, thank you so much. Next week, I don't think I'm out filming on Wednesday, so next week's stream will probably be Thursday, 7 p.m. Thursday. So that will be the next stream. So not next Wednesday, but I will let everyone know in the Instagram chat. Hold on. I want to show people. There we go. Nice transition. Follow me on Instagram and join our community chat where I update people on the live streams, YouTube videos, and what we're up to. So make sure to follow that and go join that. And I will, keep people posted on when when live streams will go live. Next week, for example, I won't be going live Wednesday, but I will be going live Thursday if I don't get any work in. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching on the live stream. I want to do these every week, and I will try to do these every week. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your evening. Thank you. Bye.